and you want to fix happy birthday, whatever. There are some things you need to consider before you go ahead in fixing the nail. So first, you need your bag. You need just a little quantity of butter cream. It doesn't have to be much, because when it's too much, heavy lower and too heavy free, easy. But when it's small, you are taking your hand to buy rope. If you don't prefer buy, even to that form, below me, my one lock buy. So like my modern carry, so I come to buy rope or share easy. That is that. You need your writing notes, and it comes in different sizes. We have from tip 2, tip 3, tip 4, tip 5, tip 6, depending on what you want to write. So if you're writing on a small cake, this is 8 inches now. If you're writing on something like 6 inches, you know you can't go and use tip 5, because tip 5 will be too big for that. You need like tip 2, so that whatever you want to write with. Then another thing, as a decorator, you are in charge. You can't. It's one thing for your customer to say, I want to write happy birthday to our dear mommy Lola Kene. The cake you are making is a small cake. Should we do HBD mommy or mommy Lola, simple like that? So don't go and commit yourself and collect plenty names, and at the end of the day you don't know how to fix it. So always make sure that your inscription is very, very important. Once you take your order, you ask, what is the inscription now? What are you writing on the cake? That's what I mean by what is the inscription. So when they tell you, immediately you can decide if what's my code? Let's reduce it for that. Okay. So now this is my size 8 cake, and I'm going to use it as an example. I want to assume that I have designed my cake. This is the tip of my cake. And I have just this space remaining to write happy birthday to our dearest mommy. How do I do it? As a beginner, I always advise, draw lines while you are practicing. By the time you are good, you don't need to do this again. But while you want to practice now, make sure you draw this line. You got see kindergarten touch and pony line. And so you need it so that you maintain that line. So I'll just start with happy. This is my H. Then when you are pushing out your buttercream, to push with confidence. What I mean by with confidence is, if I want to do the first stroke for the H, I'm going to push it out with confidence. But if I'm scared, or if there's panic on my body, that's when you start seeing, you are scared, I'm a break. And doing that on your cake, you discover that in your team back cake, they want to define jelly. So if possible, you can practice first on a board before you now come to the main cake, so that you need to shade. So we are going to be jaga. Don't you only your but on stains here. Imagine if you are using red or maybe white. So this is my first stroke. I'm writing happy, and I'm not going to rush. I'm taking my time, because I'm seeing myself as a beginner now. So mo practice. So so this is my Y. Then I want to write birthday. Happy birthday. Dearest mommy. So can you see, I was able to manage this space to write this, but for some people they can't manage it, because some people naturally they have big handwriting. So when it comes to writing on cake, if you have big handwriting, discipline yourself. Don't push out too big. If I want to write the only for H and by, I'm the one controlling the bag now, and I know the space I have, so I don't need to write that long letter. Okay, so now having known the tricks of achieving a very good calligraphy, then you now start by writing in different fonts. We have different fonts. We have like H now. This is one H like this. I can still do another H like this. It's still looking like HRB. Yes. Then I can still do this. It's still H. Then I can still do. It's still H. You see, I have about different H now. So this is where the axis font, this thing comes in. Okay, so we can search on Google or your phones, all those texts, the fonts, you look at different styles, so that your calligraphy will be very tight. Your calligraphy game will be very tight. So I'm just going to write freely now. And another thing, it has to be on the straight line. You don't want to write H here, then A is flying up, then P to Tiwasi like this and like this. At the end of the day, everything is looking like jaga jaga. So when you are writing again, that's why I said you should draw the line, so it will guide you not to pass where you are not supposed to write, and it will also let you discipline yourself by make sure that you are maintaining the lines. When you are decorating your cake or you are writing on your cake, don't draw lines. It's because you are practicing, and that's why you are drawing lines. When you start writing your cake, don't draw lines. So I'm just going to do some free.
But we cannot write on this kind of video.
Of course you can. On this kind of design you can write. What you will do is, for this kind of design you have to do double writing. That is, this wine color now, if I'm writing on it, I can first of all put maybe cream. I'll first of all write my letters in maybe cream, then I'll now put red in another bag, put it on it, so it will make the color pop. But if you do just one layer of writing on it, it will look too rough and blend too much with the design, because of the kind of design. You know, it's not smooth. So you can also write on it too. So I'm just going to do some free writing. I want you to be creative with yours too. You see, I'm connecting the same stroke of H for my birthday. Uri. Ahmed. Is today. Anu Olu Wapo Dazzles Parts 1. Adija Rocks at 5. Are you feeling it?
Yes.
Okay, then we have Bukola. Bukola is close.
So you are starting with capital letter, you finish everything with capital.
No, you can start with capital letter and complete with it's just like the normal way does call an English in school normally. But you know of the fact that you can't write capital letter B, small letter U, then capital letter K. You know, you do mix it that way. So it's either you start with capital letter, then complete with capital letter, or complete with small letter. And make sure, another thing is that after your first letter, if you notice the way I'm writing, after my first letter, other letters, shut up, other letters are coming smaller to the first letter in size. They look smaller. Then aside that, after writing my first letter, I always like, if you draw a line now, you see that most of it, they are afro. It brings out another beauty when you write it that way than when you write this way. This one too is fine, but some people prefer to write. What I mean is, okay, maybe I want to write being born now. I want everything to be on the same line. This is being born. This is fine. Then if I now do this, B I A, B, O. I'm still trying to, you know, make it look funky and another style like that. So what I'm now trying to tell you now not to do is write B, I, that is not looking nice, because even your customers will find it difficult to understand what you have written. So when you are writing, you write clearly and make sure that the person reading can understand what you have written. So if you understand it now, so tomorrow you know what to do on your. So when you go today, make sure you search for fonts that you can practice on. Take your time and do that tomorrow.
If you want to practice it, is it on this board or
on the board? You can do on the board and you can do on your dummy. Either ways. But I will advise you do on the board first. So then later dummy will now stand as your cake. After you have practiced on your, then you now want to see if you can manage your space on the cake now. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.